Hello, it's Dr. Fred DiDomenico with Elite Coaching, and we are going through the pre-consultation. Why do we call it pre-consultation? Because obviously the prefix pre means it's before the consultation. Now, hey, what do we do at Elite Coaching? We build 90% lifestyle cultures that give you sustainability, profitability, and freedom. What's that mean? That means 9 out of 10 of your patients go into lifestyle. What's lifestyle? Lifestyle is a mindset. Lifetime is a condition. We talked about chiropractic, and all through chiropractic, man, lifetime, lifetime, lifetime. Yet we get patients that come in and say, Doc, I've been going to chiropractors my whole life. Man, when my back hurts, right? We went through this on PowerPoint, and we go through this at the boot camps. When my back hurts, you're the guys I always go to. Or, I've been going to chiropractors my whole life. Say, really, who's your chiropractor? Well, I haven't been in 10 years because lifetime is a condition. Lifestyle is a mindset. Hey, eating organic, that's a lifestyle. Going and working out, going to the gym or whatever you do, that's a lifestyle. Things going to church or whatever you do with your family, that's a lifestyle. It happens consistently. You are on time. You make it regularly, and it becomes part of your life because lifestyle is the way you live. Now, when we apply this to a pre-consultation, anytime that you want to give a meaning to someone or change the meaning, you need a frame. It's like a picture. You can have a picture, but if you put different frames on it, it looks like a completely different picture. In this case, the pre-consultation is the frame. Make the frame, and then you paint the picture. The picture is created in the consultation, in the exam, in the report of findings, in the daily visit, in the new patient workshop, if you give one, in the re-exam and all that. That paints the picture, but we have to set the frame. We have to control their focus. If we don't control their focus, the world will control their focus. And what's going on in the world today, man, we need to control their focus. Would you guys agree? So Elite is actually a professional self-empowerment leadership training. And to me, what I believe and what we believe and what we've seen in the results, this model is a powerful model. You want a person to come in, Doc, crack my back. You want to change their whole belief system. They have all these behaviors. I've been to 8 other chiropractors, Doc. Just do this. I mean, we've all heard this story. Yet we want to change their whole belief system. And so I've spent now 23, it's 2021. So whenever you're listening to this, as of this year, 23 years studying human behavior. And there is a very specific way that humans make life-changing decisions. And those communication systems, and some of that is taught all of it's taught at the boot camp. You have some of it in here, but when you follow this step-by-step system, you will change the way people think, you'll change their subconscious beliefs, and you will adapt and create a patient that has a 90% probability that they're going into lifestyle mindset and long-term care with you, where this becomes their healthcare system. And how do I know? We've already done it with hundreds of doctors and thousands of patients. That would be tens of thousands of patients. And it's already been working for 20 years phenomenally. So let's get into the pre-consultation. So first of all, this is a 3.5 to 4 minute script. When you come into Elite and you go to the boot camps, and we spend 4 hours in a boot camp role playing and just training on this and teaching you the mindset. So I'm going to go through it here. It'll take about 45 minutes or an hour. You're getting a glimpse of the power of this. Now, when the clients and the people that go to the boot camps plug in this pre-consultation, they see immediate changes in patients. If you just follow what I'm going to go through right now, get into that mindset and follow it, you will see people change right in front of your face. Why? Because when their mind changes, their body language changes. When their body language changes, what they're thinking, how they act, how they move change. When that changes, man, you have a new type of person, and that's really what we're going for. Now, I'm going to go through the script and I'm going to explain why these things are in the script, but really the goal is A, memorize the script, B, there's 14 agreements, consecutive agreements in the script. The purpose of knowing the script is to take them through the agreements. When you take them through agreements and you get more deeper into this program, our real goal is to take them through 5 steps that every patient must go through to eliminate all objections and make a life-changing decision. I learned those 5 steps from Tony Robbins from Influencing or Mastering Influence product, and I applied them to chiropractic. The first step is the frame. We have a full spine overall health problem, and that's what the pre-consultation is setting the frame. Why does a person quit? Or doc, why do they say, doc, crack my back? Because what they didn't say is my whole spine is weak and it's affecting my overall health. So I'm going to show you how to get 14 agreements in this script so you can change what a person believes, how they think, and begin to shift why they are really there, which is for their overall health. How cool is that? Okay, so let's go through the introduction and we'll get through this and I'll explain why things are the way they are. So in the introduction is about establishing rapport. It's about what's in common. So you're going to stand outside the door, the new patient exam door, deep breath in, and you're going to clear yourself of all the stuff, all the other things that are going on, because you're going to create an innate to innate connection. We're going to look in their eyes. We're going to see their innate. We're going to see their potential. And we're going to be in such a state of peace and non-judgment and acceptance that automatically they connect with us. They feel something in us through our eye contact and our body language, in our state of being, that they want to be connected to. Hey, every spiritual being, there's universal intelligence and innate intelligence. Your innate connects with their innate, so that way you're not just speaking to their mind and trying to convince them. You're actually speaking to their heart, where they feel it in their spirit, they feel it as truth, and they want to be connected to you. So you take a deep breath. There you go. Clear yourself, and you walk in, direct eye contact, palm up. Hello, Mary. Welcome to, what is this? The pre-consultation chiropractic. Welcome to DiDomenico Chiropractic. Two-handed handshake, palm up. Why? Because palm up is very open and accepting. Two-handed handshake is very welcoming and warm. Welcome to DiDomenico Chiropractic. My name is Dr. Fred. I see that your friend, your husband, Bill, or your friend, Sally, or whatever, referred you. So I see that Sally referred you. She's an amazing patient. She's got amazing results. Now, what am I doing? I'm nodding my head. Yes, it's called pacing and leading. Okay, when they move their body, they feel the agreement in their body, and then it becomes real. I see that Sally referred you. Sally's a phenomenal patient, got amazing life-changing results. Hopefully we can help you too. Now, why do we say hopefully we can help you too? Because we have a whole patient application system. If you try to help somebody too fast, they'll pull back. If I were to reach out and pull your arm, your instinct would be to pull back. So when we come in, hi, I can help you, we can do this, then immediately, well, I don't know if I want this. So human behavior, we haven't accepted them as a patient, because the truth is, when do you know that you can help them? When they can not only commit to care, but they make their appointments, they do their home care, right? So they have to go through a patient application system. Why? This is a professional self-empowerment training. With each step along the first week in the application, we create a stronger, more inspired patient that we bring the best out in them. Now, time and money is not a factor. In Elite, we have a 3-day system. So by the 3rd day, man, you have created an amazing person. You have pulled out what's best in them to now they want to change their life, and they have made an unwavering, completely committed decision. So that's why that's like that. Hey, Mary. Welcome to Domenico Chiropractic. My name is Dr. Fred. I see that Mary referred you. My head's nodding the whole time. She's a great patient, has gotten amazing, phenomenal, life-changing results. Hopefully we can do the same for you too. Now, Mary, have you ever been to a chiropractor before? And they'll say no or yes. Regardless, I want to let you know, and I'm sweeping my hands down and away, pushing away all the other doctors and chiropractors. I want to let you know what we do here is very unique and different. Pause. Even compared to most other chiropractors. Now, let me explain this. When you want to make an impact, three things that you do: slow your pace, emphasize your tone, and pause. I want to let you know what we do here is very unique and different as I'm pushing my hands away, even compared to most other chiropractors. Why do we say that? People will pay 4 times more, 400% more for something that's different. They'll negotiate something that's better, but they'll pay much more for something that's different. So we're already establishing that we're different. Now we're going to address their pain. I understand you're here because of low back pain. Is that right? I'm going to ask you a number of questions regarding your low back pain in a minute. But first, let me explain what we're going to do here today. Now, my palms down, facing down, and I'm patting them down, kind of like hold your questions. Now, here's the thing. Then you say, is that okay? I'm going to ask you a number of questions regarding your back pain in a minute. But first, let me explain what we're going to do here today. Is that okay? Now, when you get that agreement, they're giving you permission to explain what you're going to do. That's so important. If you're going to be explaining what a subluxation is and how it affects your overall health, if you don't get permission, they're not going to listen. But when you get permission, they're telling you that I will listen to what you say. As long as you create a conversation and a reciprocal interaction. So the pre-consultation should not be a lecture. It should be a conversation. So you already notice in the introduction, what do you say? Hey, she's a great patient. You're nodding your head, you're pacing and leading. And so it's actually, even when it's not conversing verbally, you're conversing with body language. By the way, words have 7% influence of whether or not a patient accepts your recommendations. Tone is 38%. Body language has 55%. So, and you've probably already learned, people wearing masks, man, how much do we rely on body language and facial expressions for communication? So this is really true. So I'm going to ask you a number of questions regarding your back pain in a minute. First, let me explain what we're going to do today. So what I'm going to do today, gang, is I'm going to go through, as I go through the script, I'll explain it, and then I'll go through it all the way at the end. So now we're going to give an analogy. Chiropractors specialize in the spine and the nervous system, just the way dentists work with teeth and cardiologists work with heart. The reason why is the spine has two functions. Number one, supports us and keeps us upright. Now, the whole time I'm saying this, I'm nodding my head yes. I'm looking directly in their eyes, and they're engaged in the conversation. Okay, one, supports us, keeps us upright. Two, the way our spine supports us is called our posture. Okay, and you've heard of posture, right? The second reason is it protects the spinal cord. Now, a healthy spinal cord is essential to our overall health. Let me show you why. Now, what I do is I go over to the autonomic nervous system chart. That's like a sagittal view of the spine, shows all the organs outside with all the spinal cord and the nerves going to all the organs. So we're going to use that chart so we show the brain, spinal cord, nerve connection to the organs. Okay, so let me show you why. Then you go over the chart. The way the body works is the brain, touch the brain, controls all the functions of the body. Now I sweep. What I do is I sweep with big motions with my arm, all the organs in the whole body. It does that by sending energy down the spinal cord. So I run my hands on the spinal cord. Spinal cord is like a river carrying life energy from the brain through the spine to all the vital organs and tissues of your body. Now, what I'm doing is I'm running my hand from the brain through the spine, throughout these nerves, through all the organs and tissues of the body. So each and every organ is totally dependent on that energy to keep us alive and healthy. Now here's this agreement. Do you understand? So if they don't understand what the normal spine and nervous system is, they're not going to understand what a subluxation is. So it's very important that they agree. Now there's a human behavior principle. It's called commitment and consistency. When a person agrees, when they commit, they want to be consistent with that agreement, which means they'll follow those instructions. So when they verbalize and they nod their head, they're using the human behavioral principle of commitment and consistency, and it wires into their body and into their brain. Now, these 14 agreements is how you change their belief system. It's how you change it through multiple agreements. So it says each and every organ is totally dependent, keep you alive and healthy. Can you see that? Do you understand? Okay, now if they look confused, you got to stop. Because another human behavioral trait is if they don't understand something at the point that they are at, they will stop listening and stop learning. So if you see any questions, say, do you have a question? Do you understand what was going through your mind right then? And you have to address it at that point. Now, let's say they get it. Then you continue. Now we're going to go to the region. So we told the normal body, now we're going to the region. Because of different stresses in our lives, some sudden, some are over time, the individual bones or whole sections and curves of the spine will shift out of place. Now I got one fist on the other and I shift them apart. These shifts are called subluxations. Now you just threw Latin on them. So if you have the word subluxations on the wall, here it is right here, Miss Jones. Can you say this and read it with me? So when they read it and say it, they'll understand it. Now, this may seem very fundamental and almost stupid. It's so powerful because you just gave them typically unfamiliar vocabulary. If they don't understand the word, again, they're going to stop learning. But when they read it and they say it, not only can they understand it, but the probability that they can repeat that word becomes significantly greater down the road. So these shifts are called subluxations. When a subluxations occur, they block the energy to the organ at that level. Now, what I'm doing, if they have low back pain, I'm circling the spine in their low back. Now I'm going to use an analogy. Analogies and metaphors create a bridge from what's unknown to what's known. So if you want someone to learn something faster, associate it with an analogy. So right here we say subluxation is like a dimmer switch on a wall. The energy gets turned down. So I'm going to turn down the dimmer switch in their low back. The energy gets turned down. It means it can't get through the nerves to the organs. I'm shaking my head no. And the organs at the end of those nerves, I'm circling the organs with my finger, will progressively weaken and degenerate over time and cause disease. You have to go all the way to the word disease because this is the consequence of a subluxated spine causing disease in their body. You have to say the word disease. Okay, then do they understand that? Do you understand? Can you see how that would happen? Now, when you're tracing this whole path with your body, they're watching your body movements. Now, remember, body language has 55% influence over their decision. So as you're showing them, you're teaching them with your body. You're not only saying words, but you're following this on a diagram. So you're teaching them with a body that accelerates their learning. Now you're looking for verbal and body language agreement. They have to say, yes, I understand. They have to look convicted. They have to look confident. If they say yes, but you don't trust that they're confident, you have to say, do you have a question? What is something going through your mind? Can I help you with any of this? This is the foundation of everything we're going to be looking for today. This is important to understand. Do you have a question? So here's the thing. If the pre-consultation with every person feels like a script and it's a very similar experience, then you're focusing on the script not the agreements, and you're not making as big of an innate to innate connection. Yet the connection is what they're going to buy. People will buy relationships over a product or service. So there's no two pre-consultations that should feel exactly the same. Why? Because you have a different person. You have a different innate to innate connection. You may be using your body similarly. You may be going over the script similarly, but the mindset of that person is different, and you're creating a unique relationship. So even though you're following the script, it should be a different experience. Now, what did they just agree to? Hey, a subluxation never switch in a wall, shuts the energy down. It's going to progressively weaken, degenerate, and cause disease. Do you understand that? Yeah. Now, what do they know? They know something in their body is bigger. There's something bigger going on in their body. Now, this is really important. So that's not in the script, but this next section is really important of how you get them to full spine. So when one area is subluxated the spine, it will also weaken the rest of the structure of their spine, and you run your hand up their spine and distort our posture. Now I'm going to flex my body. So let me repeat that sentence. When one area of the spine subluxates, it will also weaken the rest of the structure of their spine and distort our posture. When our posture weakens and distorts, it causes stress to the spinal cord. When the spinal cord is under stress, it can't move as much energy through the spine to all the vital organs of the body. When all the vital organs don't get the energy they need, your overall health, now I'm sweeping the whole chart, will progressively weaken, degenerate over time, and eventually lead to disease. Can you see that? Now, what did you just do? You started in one area. Now you told them the whole spinal weaken, the whole spinal cord is a wreck. Now all the organs are going to break down. And this is the beginning of how you get into I have a full spine overall health problem. Now, everything I've set up to the script leads to this one major, massive, crucially important, mind-changing, life-changing agreement right here. So can you see, Mary, how your posture is directly related to your overall health? Can you see that? Now you're looking for a confident answer, confident, convicted, no doubt, verbalizing, nodding their head yes. You're pacing and leading them with your head, meaning you're nodding your head yes. Now, how important is that agreement? You can see why this is the before the consultation. Why? Because now your posture is directly related to your overall health. You just told them a reason why I'm going to ask you about your overall health. Got to get a solid agreement on that. Now let's pick up the script. You actually say this. Now this is really important, Mary. Many postural distortions don't cause any pain. They don't cause pain, right? Now I'm shaking my head no. Do you understand? Now, by the time you're in pain, the nerves are inflamed and your body's in a crisis. Now, why do we say this? Because people will have health problems in areas where they're subluxated, but they don't have any pain, right? Can a person have a kyphotic neck and not have any pain? Well, they can, although that's pretty associated with pain and headaches. But can people be subluxated and not feel anything? Absolutely, and you know that. Now, why do we say the nerves are inflamed and your body's in a crisis? Because when they feel pain, when you have an injury, postural injury, the nerves get inflamed. So it's kind of like an ankle. You sprain your ankle gets swollen. Now, when the swelling goes down, does that mean your ankle's healed? Well, of course not. If you have sprained ligaments, they take a while. But if you go run on it, it gets inflamed. But if it's not inflamed, does it hurt? Not always. So we're setting them up for why does it hurt one day and doesn't hurt another? Doc, I feel great. Great. Well, we got the inflammation out. Now let's check your posture. Let's see how your body's functioning and healing. How it's functioning and healing is dependent on their posture, not how they feel. Because, you know, people feel great after one adjustment, but you haven't had any curve change. So this statement is how you frame their whole program that they're not going to base their results on how they feel. They're going to be basing on it on their structure and something objective. So many postural distortions don't cause any pain. Do you understand? By the time you're in pain, the nerves are inflamed, your body's in a crisis. Now we're going to make it personal. So, Mrs. Jones, you're having low back pain, right? I'm nodding my head. I want their agreement. That means the nerves in your low back are inflamed. Your body's in a crisis. The nerves are not getting all the energy to the organs. Now, the organs at the end of those nerves are also being affected. Can you see that? Now, they may not have symptoms in those organs, but look at what we just did. They agreed, A, my posture affects my overall health. B, because I have symptoms there, the nerves are inflamed, the organs are also being affected. Now, what they also agreed is where your spine doesn't hurt, those nerves can also be affected, right? That's why we say many postural distortions don't cause any pain. But what we're doing is we're definitely associating the crisis, their symptom, with organ problems. So you definitely want an agreement on that. So the whole pre-consultation leads to these two agreements. Now, can you see how your posture is directly related to overall health? Agreement one, massive agreement one. Massive agreement number two is that your body's in a crisis. The nerves are not getting the energy of the organs, and the organs at the end of those nerves are also being affected. Man, those two agreements, we have already set the frame for a full spine overall health problem. So now, what are you going to do today, right? So let's continue with the script. Today, I'm going to ask you a number of questions, not only regarding your low back pain, but regarding your overall health. And now I sweep the chart with my hand and all the organs. Now I'm nodding my head, yes, that's a great place for an agreement. So you say regarding your overall health. Can you see that? Yeah. So if we find areas where your posture is weak, causing stress to the nerves, we're going to take some x-rays. Then I'll develop and study these x-rays tonight. I'll review them tomorrow. And if you have a condition I can help you with, I will let you know at that time. Is that fair? Okay. Now we get the agreement. Is that fair? Yes, it is. So when you say, is that fair? And they say yes, what did they also agree to? That you're not going to adjust them today. Now say, well, Doc, are you going to adjust me today? If they ask that question at that point, I wouldn't say yes. I wouldn't say no. I would build value after the consultation exam. I'd say, well, let's get through the consultation exam and we'll talk about it then. Because now you're going to build so much value on the consultation and exam. When you go to boot camp 1, not only do we spend 3 to 4 hours on this, I show you 3 to 4 hours. We role play and teach you 3 to 4 hours on how to get them hooked on their overall health and pull out all these organ and health problems. On the exam, how to use your posture associated with that overall health. So by the time they're done, the pre-consult and consult exam, you have a new person. They've come to massive new affinities. They don't even think the same. They have a completely new mindset. They will definitely bring their spouse to the ROF on day 2 because this is such a unique experience that you are the doctor they've finally been looking for. Now, I know you get these types of patients anyway. My question is, do you get 9 out of 10 like that? I'm sure you get a handful. Do you get 9 out of 10? That's what this script is for. Okay? And if you notice, it's all about the agreements, baby. It's all about the agreements. So this sets the frame. Now I'm going to go through the script more fluidly right now so you hear it tip to tail. To really get this, man, day 1 and day 2, when you set the lifestyle mindset on day 1, day 2, you'll have 90%, man, they'll be rolling right into that lifestyle mindset because how you wire them from the beginning is amazing. We also have, we did a 4-hour online course, 4-hour training, how to get 90% lifestyle patient, mindset patient right from day 1, day 2. So we have that. Go to elitecoachingllc.com. So I take a breath. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. Clear myself. Okay, I walk in. I'm vibrating in a higher conscious, very peaceful, non-judgmental, and we walk in. Hey, Mary, welcome to DiDomenico Chiropractic. My name's Dr. Fred. I see that your friend Sally referred you. Is that right? Shake my head, yes. She's a phenomenal patient, got an amazing life-changing result. I know she told you about him already. Hopefully we can get the same results with you too. Now, Mary, have you ever been to a chiropractor? Regardless of what she says, well, I want to let you know what we do here is very unique and different, even compared to most other chiropractors. Now, I understand you're here because of low back pain. Is that correct? Okay, great. I'm going to ask you a number of questions regarding your low back pain in a minute, but first, let me explain what we're going to do here today. Is that okay? Great. Okay, Mary, chiropractors specialize in the spine and nervous system. Just like dentists work with the teeth, cardiologists work with the heart. The spine has two functions. One, it supports us and keeps us upright, and the way your spine supports us is called our posture. You've heard of that before, right? Number two, it protects the spinal cord. Now, a healthy spinal cord is essential for our overall health. Come over to this chart and let me show you why. The way your body works, Mary, is the brain controls all the functions of the body. It does that by sending energy down the spinal cord. Spinal cord is like a river carrying life energy from the brain through the spine, through all these nerves, to all the vital organs and tissues of the body. Now, each and every organ is totally dependent on that energy to keep you alive and healthy. Can you see that? Great. Now, because of different stresses in our lives, some are sudden, some are over time, the individual bones or whole sections and regions of the spine can shift out of place. These shifts are called subluxations. Did any of your other chiropractors teach you about that before? No? Well, let's look at this word right over here. Can you say this with me? Subluxations. Great job. Now, when subluxations occur, Mary, they block the energy of the organs at that level. It's like a dimmer switch on a wall. The energy gets turned down. It can't get through the nerves to these organs. Now, the organs at the end of those nerves will progressively weaken, degenerate, and over time cause disease. Can you see how that would happen? Yes? Great. Now, the second thing, Mary, is subluxated areas of the spine also weaken the rest of the structure of the spine and distort our posture. When our posture weakens and distorts, it causes stress to the spinal cord. When our spinal cord is under stress, it can't move energy through the spine to all the vital organs of the body. And then when the organs don't get all the vital energy they need, your overall health will progressively weaken and degenerate over time and eventually cause disease. Can you see that? Yes. So can you see, Mary, how your posture is directly related to your overall health? Do you understand? Can you see that? Great. Now, this is really important, Mary. Many postural distortions don't cause any pain. Do you understand? Now, by the time you're in pain, the nerves are inflamed and your body's in a crisis. Now, Mary, you're having low back pain. That means the nerves in your low back are inflamed, your body's in a crisis, the nerves are not getting energy to the organs. The organs at the end of those nerves now are also being affected. Can you see how that would happen? Yes. So what we're going to do today, Mary, is I'm going to ask you a number of questions, not only regarding your low back pain, but regarding your overall health. Can you see that? Yes. Now, when we do an exam, if we find areas where your posture is weak, causing stress to the nerves, we'll take some x-rays. Then I'll develop and study those x-rays tonight. I'll review them with you tomorrow. And if you have a condition I can help you with, I'll let you know at that time. Is that fair? Okay, great. Let's get started. And now you move into the consultation. Now, the pre-consultation sets the frame. What's it do? It moves them from pain, meaning low back pain, into posture and overall health. Then the consultation moves them from posture into organs. That's where you're pulling out all their health problems. It's very easy when you learn how to do this well to pull out 15 different health problems. The exam, now you're looking at posture, doing posture screen. Now you're associating, correlating that with their overall health. Man, by the time they are done, day one, They are a different person. Now, each one of these in boot camp 1, man, we spend 3 to 4 hours honing this in, looking at your communication style, getting your body language down. And what you learn when you go to these boot camps, man, sometimes your body is moving in a way you're talking them out of care and you don't even realize it. How you move your body is having the greatest influence. Now, if you can learn that alone to help shift people's minds, how to get multiple agreements and create a new person with that lifestyle mindset right from the first 4 to 5 minutes, man, sheesh, it's going to completely blow your mind. Most people notice when they just get this pre-consult down, their practice grows, commitment rate grows 20%. Man, when you go through all of day 1, day 2, you go through the patient management, you will get at least 30 to 50% more into lifestyle. Man, imagine, are you going to be practicing 4 years from today? Now, conservatively, if you could get 100 people into that lifestyle mindset and care per year, 4 years from today, you'll have 400 people per month on lifestyle care with you for years. That's why we say we build 90% lifestyle cultures. What's culture? It's not a practice. A culture is a group of people that have one mindset, one belief system, one purpose, and they expand that purpose for you. So do you want to create a patient or do you want to create a leader? Hey, this is the most powerful self-empowerment leadership training and lead coaching ever applied to chiropractic. It's never been applied like this before. And when you create leaders and you create a 90% lifestyle culture, people will line up, they'll bring their families, and they'll bring other people with them. Are you trying to create a patient or are you creating a leader that gets everyone in their circle of influence? Man, that's powerful. Is there any greater time in the world than today? And I'm speaking in 2021 here with all this COVID stuff going on. Is there any more important time with all the vaccinations and everything that chiropractic steps up and becomes great leaders in the healthcare system? So check this out. Go to elitecoachingllc.com. Check out the boot camps. Give us a call. Let us know where you're at because we'll be able to tell when you go through this system exactly where you'll be, and we can make that outcome predictable to the rate of 93.6. We've already done it with hundreds of chiropractors. 93.6% of getting you to your vision. Okay, you guys, love you. Thank you for taking responsibility and listening to this. And we can have a relationship where we help more people, the general public, get into a lifestyle mindset, then we're going to not only fulfill our purpose, but make the biggest difference in the world today. Okay, love you guys. Thanks.